welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be sharing my experience with LASIK eye surgery, and I did have the blade list, so I'm going to cover everything from like why I wanted to get it, where I got it done. We're going to even share the cost. People be stingy with the cost. We're going to tell how much it costs, the pain level, everything, and I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all. So if you are interested in hearing about my LASIK experience, then keep on watching. Alright, so I had LASIK April 2nd, I want to say. So 3 months ago now, I had my LASIK eye surgery. And I wanted LASIK because I've been wearing glasses for like over half my life now. Half my life. I've been wearing glasses for like 14 years. So that's a super long time. And I always kind of wanted LASIK, but I thought it would hurt, so I didn't want to get it. But somebody that I know got LASIK, and they said it wasn't that bad. So I was like, I kind of want to try it. But then the thing that really made me book my appointment was going back to work during COVID and wearing a mask with glasses on top. That is really what just put me over the edge, and I was like, you know what? I got to get LASIK like ASAP, because sitting there for 8 hours a day with a mask on and the glasses are over it and they fall down and they get foggy, and it's too much. So one day I got just super fed up with it, and I went online to, I think, LASIKplus.com, and it said book a free consultation. And so I was like, why not? Like, it's free. I'm gonna book the free consultation. It didn't have like an asterisk or anything like free, except no, it was like straight up free. So I was like, I'm going to book it. So I booked it, and I have my notes here if you see me looking down. So I booked the consultation, and all you have to put in was like your name and like your age and stuff like that. Like, you didn't have to know your current glasses prescription. You didn't need your insurance information, like nothing like that. It was just like basic stuff about you to like book the appointment, which was cool because I never remember my glasses prescription. So the day came to go to the consultation. Why am I having a hard time with that word today? Go to the consultation. I went, and they basically, like, I guess she was a nurse. I don't really know what her job was. Maybe like a nurse, a medical assistant, like something like that. I don't know what she was. Medical assistant, I don't know. But I went back into the room with her, and she started off by asking, like, how did I hear about them? And then she started to explain to me what the LASIK process actually was. And if you're not familiar with what bladeless LASIK is, pretty much they use like a vacuum sort of thing on your eye to cut a flap in the top layer of your eyeball. They peel that flap back and use a laser to correct your cornea. So if you have a problem with your vision, like you wear glasses or contacts, it could be that your cornea is like shaped a certain way or something like that. So they use the laser to like correct your vision pretty much. So they never use a blade. It's just like the first vacuum machine thingy and then the laser. And so she explained to me like what that process was and how they did it. That's how she started. And let's see, I think that's it. Yes, and so she has to do a basic eye exam on me because they have to make sure that you qualify, since they are like lasering away at your cornea. If your cornea is too thin, then you're not eligible to receive LASIK eye surgery. So she did an eye exam on me. It wasn't one of those like scary ones where they put like that random puff of air in your eye. Like, they don't do that, thank God, because those suck. And so she did a basic eye exam. She did have to dilate my eyes, and then she told me, like, for this next part I need to tap on your eyeball because we have to like see how thick your cornea is. And I guess I made a face or something. She's like, oh no, don't worry, it doesn't hurt. And so she's like, I'm gonna give you some numbing drops. And she told me, by the way, these are the same numbing drops that we use during your actual procedure. And so I know people have that question, like, do you get put to sleep during LASIK? And since they need your eye to stay in one specific spot, you can't be sleeping, because when you sleep you enter rapid eye movement or REM sleep, and your eyeball moves all around, so you cannot be asleep. So they just give you numbing drops. So the day of my appointment, she gave me the numbing drops. They felt like just regular eye drops. They didn't burn, they didn't sting. And she told me to just look straight forward, and she's like, and I'm gonna tap on your eye. And internally I'm freaking out, but I'm sitting there like, okay. And so she tapped on my eye. Swear to Jesus, I did not feel a thing. Like, I could not feel this woman tapping on my eyeball. Crazy, mind blowing, don't know how. So I was like, okay, then the surgery shouldn't hurt because these are the same numbing drops. So after I met with her, I had to talk to the doctor, not the actual surgeon, but one of the eye doctors that they had at LASIK Plus. And while I was waiting for him, they gave me a little like tablet with a video to watch. And the tablet was basically telling you, what is LASIK? How does the procedure work? Common myths about LASIK. And one of the myths was that you could go blind by getting LASIK, and you absolutely cannot. Like, the surgery is programmed into the computer, like using your specs and the pictures that they take of your eye during the consultation. So that was also part of the eye exam. And it's kind of controlled by the computer, but the doctor at any moment in time can stop the laser. And so during the procedure, they never get deep enough into your eye to hit your nerves or like any of that stuff in the back of your eye. It's really like a surface procedure, so you can't go blind from getting LASIK. And then it is a lifetime warranty on the procedure, and it doesn't guarantee that you will never have to wear readers as you get older, because it pretty much is just a correction surgery. So it just returns your eyes to whatever they were like before you needed glasses. So like my right eye has always been worse than my left, so even after LASIK, my right eye is still weaker than my left, because that's just how my normal vision is. So as you get older, you may still need readers. That was something that they told me in the video. So then I met with the actual doctor, and he did like an eye exam, just a regular eye exam on me. And he kind of explained to me like what the procedure was like. At this point, you know, I'm still not locked in. Like, this is all part of the free consultation or whatever. So I'm listening to the man. They took pictures, wrote down my prescription, which was very strange. Like, she just got my prescription just by like me opening my eye and her taking pictures of my eye, which I didn't really know that they could do it like that, but that was pretty cool. And so after that, you know, the medical assistant nurse lady comes back in, and she takes me into the room, closes the door. It's a room with just a desk, business cards, carpet, so you know what that means. We about to talk money. So she takes me into the money room, as I call it, and she was like, when were you thinking of scheduling your procedure? And like at this point, I'm all in. I'm like, it's not gonna hurt. Like, of course they still haven't told me how much it costs, but I'm like, it's not gonna hurt. Like, my eyes gonna be returned back to normal. Like, yes, I want it like ASAP. And so I booked my procedure for April 2nd, which was right at the beginning of my spring break, because I was thinking like I can have the whole week off to like recover, even though they were like, oh, you can get back to normal activities and things like your normal life the next day. And I was like, don't trust y'all. So I want to have the whole week off. And so yeah, I think I scheduled it for Friday, Saturday, I don't know, whatever April 2nd was. And then we started to talk about pricing. So they come out and give me this little handy dandy folder, and she prints off the price for me. I want to tell y'all how much the price was. So I just got regular, like standard bladeless LASIK, and it was $2,395 per eye. And so together that's like almost $5,000. But they were having a special for the month of March where you could get $1,000 off your LASIK. Mind you, I just booked for April 2nd. But she was like, oh girl, it's okay, like you booked during March. Like, so we're gonna take the discount off. So she took $1,000 off. The total ended up being $3,900.87. Now I do have eye insurance, and my insurance offers a discount of $1,000. So even if they didn't have the special, I could have gotten $1,000 off. But you can book it without the insurance. You can't just double dip though. Like if they're having a savings, you can't apply your insurance also. Like you can't like combine the discounts. So that's how much it ended up being. And she was like, we can run credit to see like if we could like help you cover some of the amount. And so I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And so she ran it. They covered me for $2,000 during like through their creditor. And so she signed me up for that right away. And then I just had the remaining balance to pay, which I just paid that part off myself. So yeah, that's how much it costs. Let's see. So when I booked the appointment, they gave me all the rest of the paperwork that's in this folder. And there was of course something for me to read and sign all about the procedure. There's a page in here all about the doctor, how many surgeries he's had or he's done before, things like that. I had to sign my pre-op and post-op instructions. So this is a whole page of just post-op instructions. So this is everything like don't rub your eyes, keep your eyes clean, blah, blah, blah. And then a list of all these different eye drops that I was going to need post-op. Y'all, this was the list. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's like 4 different eye drops that I need. So that was crazy. I had to read all this and sign it, bring it back for the day of. There's like a checklist. what else in here? What to expect during the procedure, what to expect post-treatment. They have a little, what is LASIK? Ooh, nice, so you can know what you're getting. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I do have, like, my eyes aren't super bad, but I do have astigmatism. And so I know that's another question that people have is like, does LASIK work when you have astigmatism? And it absolutely does, because I have astigmatism. I qualify for it. I have astigmatism and nearsightedness is what I had. So it works for that. So then I leave, and I think I scheduled my appointment for like 2 weeks after I had that consult. And so the day of, I came in. You can just wear like regular clothes or whatever. I scheduled my appointment pretty early at like 9:30 a.m., something like that. And when I came in, she collected all of my paperwork out of the folder. So it was double copies of everything in here, so that whatever I signed off on, like, yes, I understand how to use these eye drops, there's another copy in here that I could take home with me. And then I sat and I waited in the waiting room. They gave me this bag as I sat, you know, swag, stuff we all get. I got a swag bag, but it's not swaggy on the inside. What was in here was a bunch of different eye drops. So these are soft gel hydro eyes, which you need to use if your eyes get like extremely dry. Never opened them, didn't use the hydro gel. They give you all of this stuff there, so you don't have to go get a prescription or go to a pharmacy. Like, everything they gave me the day of before I had my procedure. And she came to walk me through everything. Even though I read and signed all the paper, like, she came and walked me through how to use all the drops anyway, which is probably convenient for people who just sign stuff and don't read it. Then I have these Blink Tears. And I still have some of these left. They look like this. So yeah, I have these Blink Tears within the bag. These Blink Gel Tears were in the bag. Another eye drop. And then these are like a antibiotic type of drop. They're also in the bag. So these, I'm pretty sure, are the only ones that you kind of need like a doctor to get. The rest of these, I'm pretty sure you can get like over the counter. So they gave me the bag for all that stuff. And then they finally called me back. And she said, do you have a ride set up? And I was like, yes, because you can't drive yourself home after this one. With the consultation, you can drive yourself home afterwards because your eyes are just dilated. But for this one, you cannot drive yourself home. So she asked that I have a ride set up, and I said yes. And she said, well, you might want to call and text them now because the procedure takes 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll text them. Like, come pick me up. I'm about to do the procedure. Of course, my rides were out shopping and were late to pick me up. Anyway, they took me into the room and gave me a lovely little, like, lunch lady hairnet surgical cap thingy. And I got to meet the doctor who was actually performing my surgery. That was the first time I met him. Mind you, I had to do all of this with a mask on, like the whole thing with a mask on, because it's still COVID. And so I met him. He asked if I had any questions. I said no. And he explained to me kind of what was going to happen during the procedure. So I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So I first came in, met him, didn't have any questions. The nurse put in the numbing eye drops into my eyes, which were the same ones I had before. And I laid down on the table, and the first machine is kind of like a little vacuum that creates the flap on your eye. This machine, y'all, I'm laying down, thinking all's gonna be good. This machine was the most uncomfortable part of the whole procedure. Like, I wouldn't say it was painful, but it was a lot of pressure and just a very weird feeling. Like, they put in a little clamp to keep your eye open, which I was worried about the clamp, and the clamp wasn't bad. Did not hurt at all. Like, I really thought it was gonna hurt. They do one eye at a time, so this eye was covered. They started on my left eye, and they put the little machine over my face. I'm looking, okay. He's like, watch, keep your eye steady. Puts the thing close to my eye. It feels like someone is just pushing super hard on my eye. Like, it's not pain, again, but pressure, discomfort, like the worst part of the whole thing. And then he's telling me to keep my eye straight. My vision goes black during this point, so I don't know if my eye is straight or not. Like, I'm hoping it is, because I don't want them to like make the flap in the wrong spot. But it's to the point where I'm just like, and I'm like clenching my hands like this. I did take ashwagandha before I got there to try to be calm, but yeah, it got to that point where I'm just like, and then that eye was done. They go to the second eye, more uncomfortable than the first eye. This is what I think happened. They put numbing drops in my left eye first. Eye drops make your eyes water. They put numbing drops in my right eye. my eyes are already, watch her ring. So I don't think my right eye ever fully got numb. That machine is very uncomfortable. Only lasts like 10-15 seconds. Like by the time you're about to be like, dude, take this off my eye, it's over. And so then he was like, all right, I need you to get up and walk to the other machine. And I sit up, like my vision is like super blurry. Like my eyes are watery. It looks like I'm crying. They just cut a flap in my eye. Like I can see to walk to the other machine, but it's like super blurry. Like if you're in the middle of like a really passionate cry in a thunderstorm and somebody said walk across the street. But it was just like across the surgical room. So I lay down. Everything is you laying down. So I lay down onto that machine, and he talks throughout the whole procedure. Like, all right, now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do that. And he told me that. He was like, I'm going to walk you through everything. If you have a question, let me know. And so I get to the second machine, which is the laser. And I'm laying down. They still work on one eye at a time. So this eye was closed. They had something over it. This eye was clamped open, which again, the clamp didn't hurt. You could kind of feel like a little scratchy, like not scratchy, but kind of itchy, like it's something at the top of your eye. Like you got mascara stuck in your eye or something. And mind you, they're working on your eye, so you can see like what they're doing. And so he's like, just watch this green light. And I'm looking up at the green light. I see the blade. Well, not the blade. I don't know what this is called. Like the little tool. Lift the flap up, because the flap was made by the first machine. They lift the flap up. I'm watching the green dot, and you hear zzz, and you start to smell burning, like a laser. Like you don't smell like your eye skin burning off or anything like that. Like you smell the laser, and you can hear it. And so I hear the laser. I'm watching the green light. It's like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then I see the little tool. Put the flap back down, and he goes, all right, and takes the clamp out, and we closes this eye, opens up the other one. And I was like, wow, really? That's it? Okay, cool. Like, I have to be in here for like 90 seconds by now. Like, this is short. So they move on to the other eye. Hurts a little bit more uncomfortable than the first eye, because I told you I don't think this one was ever fully numb. So I can feel him lift the flap up. The laser doesn't feel hot. It doesn't hurt. Like, it does not hurt at all, especially the second machine. Like, it does not hurt at all. You feel like you're still able to blink because the eye that's covered is still blinking. This one is clamped open, but it feels like you're still blinking. I'm just watching the green light. I didn't go blind during the second part. Like my vision didn't go black during that part. They finish up. It's over. He sits me up. My vision is just like blurry, but I can still see like I walked back to the waiting room to wait 10 minutes for my ride by myself. So like that was fine. As soon as they got done, they gave me these glasses. How snazzy are these? And she told me wear these outside, wear them to bed for the first night, and that things were gonna look bright. And then they gave me the instructions, which were go home, rest for 4 hours, take a nap for 4 hours, go to sleep, because the recovery part is not the best. So nap for 4 hours and then start your eye drops. And they did administer the antibiotic eye drops right after it was over. So they did those, gave me the glasses. I went on my way. I think that's all I had to tell you all about that. So by the time my ride gets to pick me up, my eyes are not numb at all anymore. And I go outside, and of course it is the world's sunniest day. So I'm super uncomfortable the whole ride home because it's just so bright, and all I had were these, which are like nothing. So my eyes were watering, which was making my nose stopped up. Like I was just like whining the whole ride home because it was just too bright, and it was just like, no, I want to get home. So I get home and I get into bed. I'm not a day sleeper, so I can't take a nap. I lay in my bed with my eyes closed for 4 hours. They're watering, so I just keep tissue by me, and I just kept doing this, because you can't touch your eyes afterwards. You can't rub them. They said don't touch them, don't rub them, leave them alone, go home and close your eyes, sleep for 4 hours. So I'm sitting there with my eyes closed, like just dabbing the water that's coming down onto my cheek. Y'all, either I'm extremely lucky or I'm extremely blessed, because I didn't have the itching, the burning, the like sand in your eyes feeling that people were saying, because I watched so many YouTube videos before I went in. I didn't have any of that. I was laying there with my eyes closed, like cool as a clam, like nothing. I didn't feel any burning, no stinging, no itchiness, no sand, no scratching, no nothing. Like my eyes felt fine. So after I laid there for the 4 hours, I was like so scared to open my eyes. I don't know why. I was like, okay, I had my eyes closed like 4 hours. You know, I haven't seen anything since before I went into the LASIK eye place that morning at 9 o'clock. So I open my eyes and like, I look at my calendar across the room and I was like, oh my God. Like I can see everything on this calendar. Like, it was immediate, like not blurry at all. Like everything looked nice. I was like, this is a miracle. And then immediately I had to put in these antibiotic drops because these went in 4 times a day. You have to do these 4 times a day. I put in the blink tears. The first day, these had to go in every hour. Yes, I want to say the first 7 days. Let me make sure, y'all. Let me make sure. Yes, these went in every hour the first day, and then 4 times a day as well for the next month. And then that night, I put in the blink gel tears. These went in that morning and at night. None of the eye drops were irritating except this antibiotic one kind of burned. The rest of them didn't feel like anything. The gel tears felt amazing, like super cool. Love those. So the rest of the night, I just had like a little bit of sensitivity to brightness. But other than that, my eyes are fine. So like them saying that you can resume regular activities the next day, you definitely can. She told me to keep these glasses on the first night when I slept, but like that's really dumb. So from watching YouTube videos, I found this on Amazon. If I find the girl's video, I'll link it below. She did like a LASIK essentials, and she had this eye mask, and you just put it on over your head, and it has little spots, little holes for your eyes to go in on the inside. I was so scared that I was gonna hurt my eyes during my sleep that I wore this thing for 2 weeks when I slept. I kid you not. Every night I put this on for 2 weeks just to make sure that my eyes were safe. And like the first couple of nights, my eyes were watery a little bit when I went to bed. But that was it. I want to say a couple days later, I had my post-op appointment. And for that, I just went in. I met with the eye doctor again, not the surgeon, but the doctor that I met with before. And he was just asking me, like, is everything okay? Am I seeing everything okay? And I was telling him, like, sometimes things kind of go in and out of focus. Like, what's that about? Like, I thought I was supposed to have, like, 20/20 vision after this. And he explained it to me that it's kind of like when you have something dirty on your windshield and your windshield wipers are like trying to wipe it to adjust. And he said that's kind of like what your eyes are doing with the moisture balance in your eyes. And so he was like, sometimes things will get blurry as they're trying to be like, what happened to me? And then it'll get like clear again as they wipe it off, like how your windshield wipers do, which I think made a lot of sense. So that still happens to me sometimes, but like not as frequently. But yeah, now I am 3 months post-op. I still have these eye drops that I use maybe like 2 or 3 times a month. Like my eyes may feel really, really dry. I used to wear my glasses all the time, like looking at computers, looking at screens. So sometimes I do feel the need to wear blue light glasses now, which I will link the ones that I have below. Because I do get some screen sensitivity sometimes, but that is it. The hardest part about recovery was you weren't able to wear makeup for a while. And you couldn't wash your face, like getting stuff in your eyes. So I did follow those rules. I didn't wash my face getting stuff in my eye. I didn't wash my hair for like the next month. I think I didn't wash my hair for like a month because I was too scared. Yeah, I didn't wear makeup, none of that stuff. Like still now I'm super comfortable. I didn't rub my eyes. I still don't rub my eyes because the flap doesn't completely heal until 6 months. So you shouldn't be rubbing your eyes. I don't. If something goes in my eye, I really carefully like try to get something out. But other than that, I'm like super, super careful with my eyes. Anytime I'm outside, even on a cloudy day, I'm wearing sunglasses because one thing the nurse told me is that everyone should wear sunglasses anytime you are outside, even on cloudy days. So I've still been doing that every day that I'm outside for the 3 months because like that was a lot of money. So I want to make sure I'm like protecting my eyes, protecting my investment. And if you ever do need follow-up appointments, that's covered in your payment. So you don't have to pay out of pocket for any more follow-up appointments that you may need. But they said I looked fine. I didn't need any more appointments. If I feel like something is up, I can call them. But other than that, yeah, they said I was good to go. And then I think the last thing that I want to say is would I recommend LASIK eye surgery to someone? And I would say if you are contemplating it, you should get it. Like you should go for the free consultation at least, because when I went for mine, they make you feel like super, super comfortable. And speaking from someone who is anxious a lot of the time, it was not bad. It was like a very easy procedure, painless. Yeah, it was great. The only thing that I would say, the only con, was a specific place that I went to was not reinforcing the mask mandate as they should have. Because when I went, it was before people were really getting like the vaccine like that. So masks were required. They weren't making sure people were keeping their masks on. They weren't cleaning the chairs in between people, which at that time, doctor's offices and stuff were still doing. They weren't doing that. They would they would have a guy sign up to using a pen and then pass that pen to another person, which I also thought was not like COVID friendly. So that is the only like con I would have. But other than that, it was amazing. And I will link like my eye mask below. I will link my blue light glasses below, and anything else, the place that I went, I'll link it below just in case you want to go. But I think that is all that I have to say about my LASIK experience. I would definitely do it again. I would recommend it to anybody. Like you need to get it. Like if you wear glasses or contacts, astigmatism, nearsighted, farsighted, you need to get it. At least go to the free consultation. It is free. Like go and get it. So that concludes this video. If you like this video, you think it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments down below if you've had LASIK, of your experience, or if you have any questions for me. I will go back and answer them all. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new videos. And please share this video with everybody you know. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!